What's going on, guys? We are back again, and we're finally going to be reviewing the movie Uncharted. So first off, if you guys have never watched this film, go check it out. Come back. Let me know what you guys think. But if you have, stick around. You guys are going to know how I feel about this film, what my thoughts were about this film. And again, if you enjoyed the film, that's great. If you didn't like the film, that's fine too. And again, it's really sad that I have to do this because a lot of people cannot take criticism of a movie or a show or even the acting. But overall, for this film, I did enjoy it to a certain degree. And the reason why I say I enjoy it to a certain degree is because I do love Uncharted. Uncharted is one of my, I wouldn't say favorite games, but I do love playing it. I love the story. I love the characters. And again, some of these characters, it was just hard to see what was going on. Because again, I don't feel like they showed everything in this film. Because they basically combined so many different things from the games into this movie. Because what we see is, of course, we get introduced to Tom Holland playing Nathan Drake, who, him and his brother Sam, they are in an orphanage and they break into a museum. Sam and him gets caught. Sam has to leave by getting arrested, and of course Sam leaves, which again, if you guys remember from the games, that was correct. And then 15 years later, Nate is working in a bar. Later meets Sully, who gets later revealed that Sully did know Sam, and him and Sam were working on a job together to try to find a lost treasure. And when this happens, we later find out that somehow or other Sam is dead, which again, spoiler alert, in the movie, he is not dead. So again, where the entire movie takes place is where Nate does not meet Sully when he was extremely young. Because he met Sully, what, like at 13, 14? And when we saw Nate and Sam get in that lady's house, they were like, what? Like, I want to say 8, 9 years old for Nate. But again, they mixed up the timeline. And no, there's no Elena in this. We do get to meet Chloe Fraser. Again, I think the actress who played Chloe did a good job to a certain degree. But at the same time, I prefer the voice actress. Same thing with Nate. Same thing with Sully. And all these other characters. Again, they really mix a lot of the characters around. Because one of the characters in here who I guess was really inspired by Nadine. She is a local mercenary for hire. And when she does, obviously she knows Sully. And she's working with a character that is played by Antonio Banderas, who is trying to reclaim his family fortune. And when this happens, we see where not only is, I'd have to say Mark Wahlberg did a decent job as playing Sully, but at the same time, I wouldn't say he was the best fit. He came across very charismatic, sarcastic, easygoing, like the younger version of Sully would be. But again, with Tom Holland looking as young as he is, and also kind of felt like he did a lot more Spider-Man in this movie rather than playing off as Nathan Drake. It was very hard to see him still as Nathan Drake. Again, I'm not trying to hate on the kid, but again, it just makes me feel like they want to put him in everything, and again, I just don't think he's still the right fit. I mean, I want to say it was a good film. It was an alright film, but at the same time, I think it would have been better if they would have gotten someone else for the casting. A lot of people still are going to say, Nathan Fillion at some point. Other people are going to say the actual actor for Nathan Drake. We even got to see the voice actor in the film where we see Tom Holland and the actress who plays Chloe. They exit out of the water, and this guy got, like, what the hell happened to you guys? He says, oh, I got hit by a car that came out of a plane flying through the air. He's like, oh, that happened to me one time. And they kind of look at him. And it's funny, though, because especially if you know who the actor is that plays Nathan Drake in the video games, it was very... It was, I will say, they did give respect to the fans, because it's like, hey, we know you guys like this guy. We know you love him. We know that you respect him. So we're going to go ahead and give a nod to the fans. And they did. I will say that They gave a nod to the fans with the pirate ship, obviously from Uncharted 4. They gave a nod to the airplane scene. They gave a nod to, obviously, Nolan North, who plays Nathan Drake in the video games. They gave a nod to how Chloe would always, go back and forth between who she was really working for / Nathan with their relationship. They even gave a nod to the first game of how they were raising the ships in the movie, because initially it was about Magellan, the first one to sail the world, but it was actually his captain that found everything, and then that they hid the gold somewhere in the Philippines. So again, this movie, if you love like Indiana Jones types of movies, again, this will be the movie for you. I like these kind of movies. They're very entertaining, from comedy to action, adventure, drama, crime, thriller, history, all this other kind of stuff. Because again, history is one of those where we don't know necessarily for certain what happened back then, and then when it gets discovered, it gets that wow moment. It gets that wow moment of like, man, did this actually happen? Or because again, we weren't there. So imagine so many things out there to this day that have yet to be discovered. So again, movies like this really catch my attention, really drag my attention. And again, me being a big fan of this franchise, I really hope that they get better with this. Because again, if they're going to continue this franchise, they are going to have to do things that the game needs to, that they need to put more into the game, as well as also, or from the game to the movie, / also make characters known. They may introduce Elena at another point. They may introduce Sam more at one point, because again, spoiler alert, it does show that Sam is alive. They may try to touch upon that in the next film, again, if there's going to be a next film. But overall, like I said, things about this film I did like, things about this film I didn't like. It just felt more like, again, it was a younger Sully and a younger Nathan Drake. It wasn't the Sully that we remember from the games. That's like, Nate is in his late 20s, and also, again, Sully is in his, I would say, late 30s, early 40s when we see him maybe in the first game. So again, it is really hard to kind of, have the characters that we know and love from the game to the movie and see them on the actual screen. But again, 1 out of 10, I give it maybe a 7. I think that's fair. Again, I'm going to keep saying it. Things about this film I like, things about this film I didn't like. Also, having a female antagonist was not a bad thing, but at the same time, I don't feel like it was needed, because again, it wasn't Nadine, it was another character. Obviously, it was Tidy Gabriel. If you guys don't remember her, she played in The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. That's where I know her from. But overall, I think that the show itself, or the movie itself, could, again, it's one of those where you want to enjoy it, you want to like it, but again, there are things in the film that don't compare to the video games, especially if you're a big Uncharted fan. But overall, don't take my word for it. If you have not seen the movie, go check it out. Give your own thoughts about it. Again, if you love it, great. If you don't, that's fine too. Either way, let me know in the comments down in the comments down below. Hope you guys are enjoying your weekend. Hope you guys are enjoying your day, wherever you may be located. Again, I am recording this on the weekend, so this is going to be coming out a little later on this week. But either way, let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys on the next one.